the Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Senior situation. You know what I'm saying? Junior recap and goes and realizes all the things and sacrifices that his dad did was only to help him. Even they've had confrontations father-son multiple times and this, that, this is my favorite boxer. So like, you know what I'm saying? But to see like, man, at the end of the day, like, I wouldn't even be here for him from my father. Like from day one, from birth, when this, that, no candy, no soda. He didn't understand why he couldn't eat no candy. Every child in the world can eat candy but me. He didn't understand why he couldn't drink no soda. He didn't understand it, but he wouldn't have been Floyd Mayweather Jr., the greatest boxer to ever put on a pair of boxing gloves, if it wasn't for those actions. You catch me? So we got to do stuff to mold our children into being the best person they can possibly be, but then once they get there, we have to allow our children to make the decisions on who they going to be with their life.
Not saying it's wrong, but you said you're going to force them to play basketball and football. Why not force them to get up on his business, be a businessman?
Because that is not a force. That is going to be learned at home. You know what I'm saying? See, the problem is those are things that a child is supposed to be learning all their life. Like my child's 6. When she turns 7, she's going to have vending machines and beauty salons and nail shops. You understand what I'm saying?
But why is being an athlete so important?
Being being physically intact is one thing. The discipline that comes with it is another thing. But it's going to get your mind state where it needs to be as far as leadership, teamwork. It builds developmental skills and social skills on another level. Discipline. It takes you to sports does a lot more than just work out, have fun, and run. You learn so much. You learn people you hated, people you done had fights with in the beginning of the season. Y'all in the middle of the season out of town on the bus and somebody scruff, and that same person you hate's right on your side with you. You got to go through that to know what it feels like, team, like, yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? To have bonds broken and re-put back together, to win together, to know how it feels to work real hard and lose. You got to go through that stuff. I can't teach you how that feels, son. I can't give you those experiences. You got to go experience that. And I can't allow you to miss those experiences and waste your size, your height, and your bigness because you want to be in the house playing video games all day. We're not doing that. We're not doing it. See, a lot of people don't understand. They are living in their own hallucinations. There are girls on Instagram, millions of girls on Instagram that really believe they're famous. You cannot tell these influencers or IG models that they're not famous. And if you ask them what they're famous, they'll say an influencer. What do you influence? Your body, the shape. Ooh. So you're a famous hoe. You're not a hoe? Okay. But you're not with nobody unless he got some money. He got to be tearing it off. Okay. So he a trick, but you ain't a hoe. These bitches believe dudes are tricks, but they not hoes. You catching me? Like, you have to, if you want your child to grow in a society, to be conscious and know what's going on, you got to put the real in front of them and you got to let them decide. But at the same token, you got to have your foot down so they can make the proper decisions when the time right. You know what I'm saying? You thought you was smart 5 years ago. You realizing now it's a whole bunch of shit you didn't know 5 years ago. And 5 years before that, you thought you was the smartest you had ever been in your life. You thought you was you thought you smarter motherfucker. But you realize how dumb you was right now, 5-10 years ago. Lies or truth? You realize how dumb you was. Okay, but 5 years before that, all that, you thought you was smart than a motherfucker. Until you got older and realized you didn't. So it's a growing process. You're never going to stop developing and changing and growing. It's about molding that growth. Like how you want a plant to grow with certain vines, you can constrict those vines to grow a certain way. But if you don't constrict those vines, they'll grow wild and be everywhere. They'll be everywhere. You have to control and structure the way your child is going to grow. And it's a reflection of you. Every child in the world should see a parent leave home, and come back every day. Every day. To know that the pleasures that you're getting in this household from the food in that refrigerator and the blankets on that bed was not given to you. I went and bust my ass today for somebody else and paid for that. I went and paid for that. I didn't scam for it. I didn't steal it. I didn't this, or whatever. I went and made that happen. I believe it's very vital, you know what I'm saying, for kids to see that.